Bitcoin just rips to an all-time new high above 122,000 and then drops $6,000. That number should be familiar to you, crew. I've been talking about that $6,000 delta. While Ethereum right now is under 3,000 and altcoins, some are bleeding out while others are exploding 20% overnight. Is this a part that we start a deeper correction, or is this just a dip before the liftoff? Welcome back, crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. If you like what you see, give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe. And don't forget, come on over to X. Follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, let's just get right into it, okay? Bitcoin tags a fresh all-time new high near 123,000, but has since pulled back to around right now 117. It did drop down to, what's the low we got on this little 2-hour chart? 116,272. All right, now, right now as it stands, we got some breaking news I want to cover, but really what this all was classic post-breakout profit taking. The bulls are still in control as long as we hold above 100 and say, I'm going to come down to this level of this fib channel right there, 114,000. Okay. Now, the CME market gap is calling. We're going to get into that in a second, but let's do some quick chart work. I had to take the short-term pitchfork off because we blew through all the tines. As I said, it was just a short-term pitchfork. It wasn't anything major. If I ran a major pitchfork on the dailies, we're going to see we're still within, a good structure in the pitchfork itself. So we had drawn this pennant before. We broke cleanly out of it. We reached the all-time new high. Now look at this. Marketplace is coming off over about $6,000. It came down. Remember we talked about that delta? That delta was really about 6,000, right? So it was a clean, normal breakdown. If it would have went down 9,000, I would have been a little bit concerned, saying, "Oh, we're probably going in for a deeper correction." But as it stands right now, bullish structure is still there. So if I'm looking at this chart, just using the $6,000 rule and the $3,000 retracement, we need to break above 119,362. Why do I say that? Well, the low was like 116,272. So I just went up $3,000 from that. So the marketplace has to recover over this point right here, and then it's going to start to base again. Okay, it's totally normal. It's going to start to break base. It should hold this point. Okay, it could drop a little bit deeper, but then eventually it should challenge this high. There's a lot of things going on that we have to be aware of. Okay, and I'm going to stick around to the end because I'm going to really hit this hard. All right, so let's come on over to Bitcoin, where we talk about that CME market cap. Now, an astute poster on our, I don't know what you call him, YouTube subscriber, I guess that would be the proper term. He actually said in a couple of days ago, he goes, if we get a correction, I think we're going to fill the CME market cap. Damn good call. He was about 1 day off because we blasted up to an all-time new high, and now we're threatening to fill that CME market gap. So Bitcoin left a clean gap at 115. History shows Bitcoin loves to fill them. Fill the gap. The setup is for smart, where the smart money waits. Send Bitcoin 140,000. Don't ignore the setup, okay? Now, we told you in the previous video yesterday, I talked about Elliott Wave, and I said that most likely wave pattern 4 of wave 3 should happen between 130 and 140,000. Of course, that's going to take some time because that was on a monthly chart. So we're just tracking. Everything is still in everything is still looking good. If it wasn't looking good, we would tell you, okay? Now, watch the range closely. If Bitcoin finds support in this area, like go back to this chart right here. If we find overall support 115.8, 114, this is where we could see the fresh leg towards 130,000 in Q3. Now, we still have working for us a beautiful pattern, inverted head and shoulders, okay? So Bitcoin confirmed a textbook inverted head and shoulders. It's one of the most reliable patterns. What reliable reversal patterns in crypto. The measured move points straight to about 140,000. That's exactly where I was saying that the wave 4 of wave 3 inside of the major wave 3, the consolidation should happen. So the momentum is building. The next leg is going to really shock everyone. And I want to take you over. I want to show you IBIT. We talked about this before. And IBIT shares right now, $68.05. When I first introduced you to this, I said this is a secret little indicator to watch to see what's happening. This is also giving me confidence that this thing is the rally is not over. If this market, if this was to take a hit, I would say, oh, something's up. We got to look a little bit deeper. But look at this. When I first showed you this, it was $62. It was only like, what, 3 days ago? It's 68.05 right now. I mean, that's a huge amount of movement. So, IBIT, iShares, and Bitcoin Trust ETF are on fire. Okay, so just pay attention to this. Put this up on your screen. If you're getting a little bit of doubt, oh my goodness, we dropped down $6,000, it's all over. It's not. It's not just total normal movement. As I told you before, the delta in Bitcoin is about $6,000. It's probably a little bit higher now since we rallied up. Maybe, it's about 6,200, but it's basically you can use 6,000. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Also in play this week. All right, we got Crypto Week in Washington. U.S. regulators are holding hearings that could shift sentiment dramatically, and with that, we got this going on. Okay, every 4 years, Bitcoin enters beast mode. Every 4 years, it enters beast mode. Ignore the hype, doubt the news, but don't ignore this chart. This is how vertical rallies start and how legends are made. Now, I want to take you over to our X post. This was breaking news. All right, I believe that we put it up first. Let me make sure it loads up right. Justin, the Fed, FDIC, and OCC just approved crypto custody for U.S. banks with full liability on key management. Strict rules. It is a clean green light. Traditional finance or TradeFi is coming fast. The walls between banks and crypto are crumbling. This is super bullish. This is probably why we just came up off the lows on the short term right now. As you can see, it's starting to rally again, possibly because of this. So don't ignore now. That's a good piece of information that you need to have. It is something doing for the banking sector, okay, which is basically saying traditional finance is really breaking down the door to get involved with this. That with IBIT shares, we're talking like, if you haven't gotten long Bitcoin, pick your point, do your own research, but like get involved, man. This thing, I believe, in my humble opinion, yeah, we're rocketing. A lot of people are saying that, oh, it's overdone. It's overdone. There are some people that are saying it's going to be $1 million Bitcoin. At first, when I read an article about that, I said, this guy is crackers. He's absolutely crackers. You know what? I'm starting to actually think the guy is right. I'm starting to think he's right with fiat currencies and all the debt that the United States has. And if the United States actually starts using Bitcoin to back the US dollar, which is the reserve currency of the world, holy smokes. Just ponder the question, sit back, have a coffee, smoke a cigar of your choice. If you don't smoke, you should try it. I mean, well, maybe not, but anyway, it's a very expensive habit, by the way. But anyway, sit back and think about that. Think about that, okay? Now, I want to move on over to Ethereum, okay? We're going to come on over to Ethereum. Remember, tomorrow's a live stream we got going on at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Ethereum's hovering right around $3,000 after tapping 3,070 earlier. Justin's got a trade on. I'm going to take you over to WeX, the broker of our choice. Low fees, fast execution. Average entry price 2,668. Right now trading at 3,017, up 130.65 for the return on investment. Now, he's got a couple of standing orders. I'm going to let him go over those standing orders. They have to do with HBAR and SUI, I think. But I don't want to get into that. I just want to stick with Ethereum. So right now, it's trading in Bitcoin's shadow. Okay, Ethereum is trading in Bitcoin's shadow. We had the bull flag. We talked about this low right here where we said this could be an A, B equals CD correction that failed. Okay, so this is a very, very important low right here. This yellow line that I have said that it needs to hold this level because it's building a base heading towards 3,800 for the first target. Overall, Ethereum, we're thinking Ethereum's going beyond 10,000, but let's just keep our heads on our shoulders right now. We just got to take it one step at a time, and we can't believe our own hype because that keeps our head clear for like what's actually happening in the marketplace. We know overall what's happening, but we have to just keep our head and our our head on our shoulders and our feet firmly planted in good technical analysis. All right, so Bitcoin's trade, the rotation is happening. There were some sell-offs in Bitcoin. There's some purchases of other coins. Now, it's trading in Bitcoin shadow, but here's the kicker. Standard Chartered just launched a spot Ethereum and Bitcoin trading for its institutional clients. Okay, so if I come on over to good old Ethereum right now, and I'm looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, Ethereum is following the same structure as in Bitcoin. 2018 to 2021, same pain, same recovery, same setup. Now comes a vertical phase of 1,110% rally, in our opinion. If you miss it, you're going to regret it. Okay, you're going to regret it. So make sure you check out Ethereum. Make sure you stay on top. Make sure you get into the live stream tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Ask questions. Ask questions. If you're not sure, if you're a little bit wobbly on this, ask questions. We will happily answer them for you. We'll give you good points to get involved. But right now, a major vote of confidence from Standard Chartered and traditional finance opens the door to serious H2 or second half of large amounts of institutional capital expected to enter into the crypto market during the second half of the year, which is July through December. Now, if we look at Ethereum, it's following perfectly the cycle. Okay, every cycle, Ethereum bottoms out at the green band, retests it. Last time, Ethereum 20x'd. This time, we're the road. We're driving the road right now, Route 66, and we're looking at 10,000 is wide open. Let's move over to good old altcoins, okay? Altcoins themselves. History is repeating in altcoins, but not for all altcoins, only good utility coins, okay? We got 3 times the US dollar index bull traps, okay? 2-time Bitcoin dominance breakdowns, 2-time altcoin super cycles. The third wave is loading. Don't sleep on this. Now, the altcoin space overall is a minefield and a gold mine right now. A gold mine. We got XLM up 22%. I want to take you over to HBAR to show you that chart. Look at HBAR. Look at where it is. Bitcoin dropped $6,000. HBAR holds the line. It's up 28%, huge volume spikes there. We got XRP. Now, XRP itself, right, it's trading right around 290. Standard Chartered also put out an article about, I'm going to say about 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half. I'm a little bit old, so my memory isn't right, but I do remember what I read. Standard Chartered called for XRP to be $12 within, 2 years. Okay, I told my sons that because they're big into XRP. They got XRP stickers on their car. They're just crazy for XRP. And they got long at good prices that I suggested, by the way. So they're in it. They're in it at a good, very, very good average price. And I told him, I said, it's going to be $12. Standard Chartered is calling for $12 in like 2 years. He goes, that's too long. It's too long. Yeah, it's always too long when you're long and you want to cash out and make good amount of money on it. I understand that, but most alts really are under pressure after Bitcoin's pullback. So what you got to look for in altcoins is you got to look for rising volume and price divergence. Those are the stealth leaders in the next wave. Okay, don't just buy into stuff that people are pumping out there on crypto X. All right, they have their own agenda. They're really looking for you to get them out of a position, so you got to be cautious of that. Not everybody's your friend. Not everybody's your friend. All right, so what's watch the next? Right now, what we got to look at, we got to look for Bitcoin. Okay, as long as it holds above that 114,000 equals bullish continuation. A break below 114, a deeper correction risk. Ethereum itself, okay, now Ethereum, it's got to get above 3,200. We were always talking about 2,800. We're always talking about 2,800. Now we need to get above 3,200 with volume, and it will regain momentum, and it will go towards that 3,800 target that we have. Altcoin rotation, look, stay nimble. Money's rotating fast. Don't chase pumps. Okay, don't chase pumps. Stock good setups in good coins. Okay, and good coins. All right, before I leave you today, remember tomorrow is a live stream. I want to make sure that you are very, very familiar with our crypto trading community. You click this link, you'll be taken over to this site right here where you can jump in our community totally free. We drop insane alpha trading opportunities daily, from breakout setups, long-term gems. We got you covered, okay? You want to follow us with our solid broker? Right in the description, you click this link, you'll be taken over to WeX, the broker of our choice. Low fees, fast execution, everything you can want in a broker. Join the crew, level up your trading, let's stack the profits and the stories together. And don't forget, come on over to X. Follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. Markets are heating up, but cool heads are going to dominate this market. Don't get shaken out on dips. Get dialed in on your setups. All right. Remember, I'm going to see you in the next video tomorrow, but don't forget, we have the live stream tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Put it on your calendar, Eastern Standard Time. Stay sharp, stay patient. Okay. Trade with your head, not over it. Always do your own research. And remember, as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.